In a way, we were feminists before there was such a thing as a feminist. There were 8 of us freed sisters. Mama and Papa came to New York from Hungary with thousands of other Jewish immigrants from Eastern Europe around the turn of the century. Papa was a Hebrew school teacher and a cantor. None of us kept Papa's orthodox religion, but we all kept his passion for life, and we kept Mama's love of humanity. We were poor, but we never felt poor, and were never dependent on Papa for money. All the girls worked from a young age to support the family. Maybe that is one of the reasons that we turned out the way we did.
And what's the difference if I stay or go away, when I know I'll come back on my knees someday? For whatever my man is, I am his forevermore.
Mona was a performer, working the nightclubs and the Borscht Belt circuit, and had many wonderful and outrageous stories about performing on stage.
When everybody starts to whistle, Mona, my left tit had come out of my dress. Well, what do you do then? Well, the show goes on. You'll lift your dress up. I lifted it up. We went through the act, and everybody howling, and everybody screaming, and everybody laughing and crying, and everyone, the big to-do going on.
Sidonia was a labor organizer. She began working as a hat maker at age 14, and by age 19 had organized her first strike at an Allentown sweatshop. It was around the time that unions were gaining power under FDR and the New Deal. Ruth opened her own language school in Manhattan. She fell in love with one of her students, and they eloped together to his homeland. She hopped a boat to South America and never returned home. Belle would befriend everyone and anyone.
The town prostitute's daughter was my pal.
Yeah, that's right.
And she taught me how to break into the movies without pay.
Always have soul. I always had soul. My family had soul. Always realize there's someone who needs help. And if you in any way can help, do so.
Like a song of love that clings to me.
Miriam was the baby of the family. Only she and I and Paul, the 3 youngest, had children.
Was anyone more unforgettable in every way? I love my children. I love my family. I wouldn't trade it for the world, but I wouldn't buy it back again for all the money in the world. If I had my druthers.
Hen was an innovator in the field of geriatrics, creating some of the first adult education classes in the country.
Ever since I was a little kid, I had a flair for monologues.
She hosted her own radio and TV show in Albany.
I was used as an entertainer in many, many community events.
My oldest sister was Rose. She opened the Rose Freed Gallery in 1932, introducing and launching artists such as Mondrian, Arp, Klee, Leger, Kandinsky, Ernst, and Duchamp. She was a rare pioneer in the art world, helping to inaugurate and establish the modern art movement in America. Then there were the 2 boys, Herbert and Paul. Paul was a Golden Gloves prize fighter who went on to become the boxing coach for the 82nd Airborne Division. He trained me how to box as a little girl, and he'd make me fight the boys in the neighborhood.
I used to get my ass kicked every day because I wasn't doing something that I was supposed to be doing religiously. All the officers in different outfits that I was in would try to get somebody to fight, you know, to see me get beat, because anybody would call me a Jew bastard, they would wind up on their ass, and then I mean it, 1, 2, 3, bang, out they go.
When we have more time, there are many, many, many wonderful stories I can pass on to you.
It was that left tip that launched me in the show business. I never had to worry about a job after that, because the next night there were hundreds of people showing up to see the show that never went on again.